Renee Good, the Minneapolis protester who was killed by ICE. She was clearly, I would say, a lot of people would say, attempting to drive away.
Yeah.
She was the entire time she was in the car was trying to drive away, and then when a ICE agent went in front of the car, she turned the steering wheel to drive away, and he shot at her at an angle, which is another part of it.
Yeah. He literally stuck his he literally stuck his hand out and shot while he was on the side of the car, turning the corner of the car. He aims it at her, showing he has terrible tactical escalation skills for one. The guy just escalated for no reason whatsoever other than get back. This is what he wasn't gonna.
Yeah,
he wasn't going to stop her. I don't understand why he shot, other than okay, she's targeting me. To me, it was a clear case of us seeing into the mind of a cop's eyes when they can feel this is a justified reason I can kill somebody right now.
Yeah,
and he just took that shot, even though everybody else watching it's whenever it's a bad metaphor. I don't know if it's a good metaphor, but he just took it. Just felt like I could see him taking out his aggression on her. This was an opportunity to kill, and he just took it.
Yeah, I mean, as bad as the culture of policing in America, local law enforcement culture is generally in America, the culture behind ICE seems significantly worse.
Yeah,
and we've talked at length the last year about ICE's broad net they're throwing for recruitment tactics, attracting people with a big bonus, lowering their requirements. The guy, the people in charge are publicly, we're talking about Trump, we're talking about Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi, their language is do whatever you want.
No, they cut the training down from 13 weeks to 6 weeks because people were failing. People were failing open book tests at ICE. And they still were passing them. They got rid of the weight requirements. They cut the age in half. So it's the Kristi Noem coming out and being our officer followed the officer followed their training. It's these officers aren't trained.
Yeah.
These ICE agents aren't fucking trained at all. They could follow them, but they're not. They barely passed the training that's in place. And your training that is in place is a fucking kiddie obstacle course damn near. They're failing open book test. That should let you know they're just, if you all we're looking for is, do you have a violent kick in you? Then come on, we're going to give you a weapon. We're going to deputize you to come and fucking round up foreigners.
And if you can't match these low standards to be an ICE agent, maybe you could be an ICE bounty hunter. Maybe you could work in a part of our team that has even less oversight, that we have even less responsibility over. So, because again, they got quotas, 3,000. They're trying to get rid of 3,000 people a day. Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of fucking people. You're gonna need more people that you could find that are going to be competent. You are going to
deputize just regular Americans at that point to get rid of 3,000 people. That means we all have to be, for that to happen, we all have to be complicit. And what's happening is the opposite. They're the more ICE agents form, the more we see these protests. We see fucking upset Minnesotan, well-to-do white women putting their cars in fucking front of ICE agents, them being this is a fucking outrage. The more the ICE agents come, the more the public will be out showing demonstrations, and that's the friction. They're I don't know why they think I at some point. This is how you know we live in a truly authoritarian. It's very authoritarian when the public is making outcries we don't want this. We're protesting. Get out of the city. The mayors are get out of the city, and the president is nah, I'm gonna fucking. The president is clearly pushing these race soldiers into these cities, just as a show of force, not just for the ICE, but also as intimidation tactics to any left liberally city, and or to any liberal minded, leftist minded person. It's they're trying to own the libs with ICE, and now people are dying.
Yeah. to get into like the legal side of this, there is a couple issues here. One is the sort of state versus federal, right? So the U.S. Attorney's Office has, from my understanding, basically separated the state from this investigation. So the state has its own like Bureau of Investigation, and apparently normally they would be working with the federal government to assist each other in these investigations. And the U.S. Attorney's Office has announced we are not going to be working with the state functions of Minneapolis because, as what you were saying, it becomes a partisan thing. Like Governor Tim Walz, the mayor, Minneapolis, and then the Minneapolis Democratic political machine that is in charge of Minnesota. They are at odds with the Trump administration. So off top, they said we are cutting y'all off from the investigation. So that is obviously a blow to the legal fight because now it will be the federal government, the feds in charge of this investigation. And we've already seen immediately the insane words being spoken by Trump and Rubio and all of them about how far they're willing to go to provide cover for this federal agent.
Also, when they're calling just like basic, regular literal citizen, just like a literal working class lady, fucking terrorist. She's just like basically they're like one word away. They're like one day away from calling Renee Good a narco terrorist dictator. Fucking, they just ramp up the language towards their fellow citizens so they can justify whatever bullshit they're about to like impose on us. Like, it's fucking nuts. I've been arguing with fucking Facebook.
You gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop.
No, that shit is getting my engagement up. I gotta keep going, nigga. Are you crazy?
That's not how you want engagement,
I gained fighting these niggas just up, drinking coffee at 2 a.m. Shut your fat ass up, nigga. That's why I got literal Hill Has Eyes looking ass motherfuckers just being like, you racially inferior. And I'm like, nigga, one of your eyes is...
First of all, take off your Oakleys so we can see your eyes.
That's the funniest part. Oh my God, I'm about to call this nigga out too. There's this nigga AD in Houston. This nigga,
oh my God,
this nigga sucks so much, but it's so funny because it's all these like racist white people who are just constantly coming at me, and then there's just one black Republican nigga who's like, yeah. I'm like,
I didn't know that about AD. I like AD.
Oh my God, he's so Republican.
It's been a long time since I've been back home.
It's like the Venezuelans deserve their oil. I'm like, AD, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, it'd be him and 1,000 Fred Durst looking motherfuckers just being like, go back to your country. I'm like, nigga, I'm from here. I just want to say, like, the thing that doesn't make fucking sense is them being like, them saying he was gonna run over, or she was running him over, which was just not.
We've seen, it's very obvious that's not the case, but it doesn't look good because, again, from my understanding, what this case will eventually boil down to is that the law enforcement is protected from basically anything as long as they can argue they reasonably felt that their life was under threat. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll boil down to that. And we've seen, especially with these driving away things, that cops are constantly killing us for trying to drive away out of the situation and getting away with it. We discussed recently Takia Young, also in Ohio. This was in Minneapolis. I apologize. But in Takia Young in Columbus, Ohio, the pregnant black woman who was caught shoplifting, and when the cops surrounded her, she tried driving away. Same thing. He shot her at an angle because she was trying to drive away. The video, we all saw it, and yet the cop gets off.
Yeah.
Jury lets him off, and then the board comes in after whatever board they had of oversight. They also clear him. We had in Chicago a few months ago, ICE killed a man trying to drive away as well. And I mean, I don't even know. There's no even talk about any consequences for that scenario.
And they always. My thing is right now I think the big conversation everybody's having is like the big divide is what people physically see with their eyes. Like there's like a disagreement on what niggas just. Everybody sees, like they're trying to act like the Republican side will be like, she was coming at him with a fucking death trap, going 1,000 like Speed Racer. She was driving at him, and it's like, dog, she was coming to him. If anything, the car was moving a mile an hour. Every time the cops are always like, my life was in danger at 2 miles an hour speeds, and we're supposed to like be like, oh no, the cop almost was fucking knocked into the next block because of this car. It's like, no, she was literally between Takia Young, who was like, we saw the footage, the nigga, she was barely moving. She like when she shot him, the cop stopped, the car was like, it just drifted. It like slowly, just like bumper car speed.
Both examples of drivers, like they're starting from zero. It's like basic physics, Newton's law. It's an object that's not in motion, that's about to go in motion. You can't just go from 0 to 100 miles per hour. You got to hit all those numbers in between. And you're not going to be going fast at that speed. And their wheels are turned away from the cops in both scenarios.
If she was aiming at him, trying to hit him, she would have hit his ass. She would have hit him. There's a bullet. You shoot somebody that's driving towards you, you still gonna be the bullet's not gonna ratatouille them into turning. Yeah, it's going to fucking.
And the bullet placement is a good thing to bring up, I think, because I saw someone just online bring this up, but they took like a screenshot of the bullet hole of the windshield, and the bullet was like in the bottom right of the windshield. And the point he was making was that if this cop was directly in front of the car when he shot, and that's where you draw the bullet line from directly in front, it would have not hit Renee Good in the head. It was at the bottom. It's at the bottom right corner of the windshield. It might have hit her like in the arm or the shoulder. Probably would have missed her. For that bullet entry through the windshield to hit her in the head, it had to go through an angle. And if it goes through an angle, that means he wasn't directly in front of the car. So
and he was walking around after. So
like, I mean, the fact that Trump said he had to like be rushed to the hospital is just a blatant lie. So is that going to make a difference? No, it's not, because all these cop people, they're used to the logic is always this: if you don't get on your knees and suck the cop's dick, if you don't exactly act as a slave to a cop, then the cop has the right to kill you. And that's going to be the governing logic. Like, who cares if Trump and Rubio are saying verifiably false lies? The fact is that she wasn't cooperating with a cop, therefore she relinquishes her right to be alive. That is always the logic at the end of the day. That I don't know how you're supposed to fight, like how you're supposed to reason your way through to the person on the other side of this.
This feels like the reality where God sends the flood.
Yeah,
like this is what like if I was like, why did God ever send the flood? If he looked down and checked in on this shit, if I was God and I looked down, I was like, fuck, fucking racist, ICE, fascist, cryptocurrency. Oh, they're all fucking gambling. They're fucking porn addicts. I got to.
You'd be like, well, there are some pretty funny SpongeBob AI raps though.
You are my sunshine. Just fucking R&B, old Schwarzenegger. No, I would God. Spare me and my family and my friends and our podcast.
God, I want to make it clear. Do not spare me. Do not spare me. Strike me first, God, please.
When you wiping us out and recreating a new culture, I don't know what's going to come next. Nigga, the earth had dinosaurs. What's going to come after humans? That's crazy. We had giant monsters and then God killed them niggas and then brought in humans. Two totally different. I wonder what's after humans.
It's going to be aliens.
I want to be here is what I'm saying, God. If you watch this podcast, God, I hope you're subscribed. Patreon, $5 a month. If you're not, damn, God. But yeah, no. This is this society where it's just like blatant lies just goes off through the government. Nigga, we just openly shit that we in 1950s. All the Latin American regime change. That was like that was hush hush. They made excuses. And now they just openly do that shit and like, no, we're taking their resources because we're barbarians. We are rapers and pillagers. That's what the world order that it always gets me when like the people in charge are like, the world order is power and whoever holds the biggest gun. It's like, oh, we've literally have broken down back to like Raider clan style society.
I think it's always been this way. I think the U.S. was good at being slick, and I think that's ultimately what the liberal establishment wants. They want some sort of plausible excuse that allows us to like maintain like an illusion of having integrity or have some sort of like, we were there to liberate the Libyan people or the Iraqi people. Yeah. It's still this. It never was not about resource accumulation, from my view. But that's what's changed, is that Trump is just saying it how it is, and that upsets the liberal establishment. That's not the way to go about doing this.
But also, it's not that from Trump's and his administration's point of view, they also view, and it is true that over the past 50 years, in an attempt to be more to participate in a globalized society, America has, in a sense, softened their imperialistic arms. Like we've taken bases out of countries. We've done a lot that, to the Republican view, they're like, no, we're supposed to be an iron fist on the world, but to participate in global societies and help other people build up, there has been areas where American we pulled back, and now.
Well, I would argue it's just been replaced by economic imperialism. Like there's not a need to go into people's land as much when you have tools like free trade agreements, or you could just send in like the CIA to help you do a little coup. Like we have more things in our Batman tool belt available to accumulate resources, rather than we are marching into your villages right now.
And that just reminded me of the other part that pissed me off about the Venezuela part. CIA like regime change coup shit. And that was like the fun shit you learned. Like they didn't teach you that part in history because you had to learn that on your own. You're like, oh shit, oh fuck, a little spicy history. Yeah. Okay, now that shit is open.
You're like, wait, could this YouTube video essay be correct? No way. I gotta look into it.
Well,
whoa, the CIA admitted this.
Yeah, exactly. Like back then, if I like.
Why do they admit it? That always blows my mind. They always admit it like years later.
We can't do shit.
We did do that actually. Y'all were right.
It's the same way street niggas after a statute of limitations be like, I killed that nigga. Yeah, I did that shit.
Yeah, CIA is the young thugs of the government.
They put it in a track.
We did that shit. What is that? What is the meme with the fucking Tekashi Kai? Did that shit.
Did that shit.
Stole that
Stole
shit.
That shit.
All right, let's move on. Look, R.I.P. to Renee Good.